Can you learn English in your sleep? Today, we talk about an interesting question and new research presented in Wired magazine that says it may be possible. Scientists conducted an experiment with German students who were studying Dutch. The students studied a series of Dutch words. Then, half of the students went to sleep, and the words were played back to them while they slept. The other half of the students had to stay awake and listen as the same words were played back to them. In the morning, the students who went to sleep early remembered the new words better than the students who had stayed awake. Now let's learn English while you sleep. Let's start. Here's another conversation about true love. I love you. I love you too. I loved you the first day I saw you. It was love at first sight? Yes, it was love at first sight. I didn't love you at first. I know. I had to chase you for a while. Yes, you chased me and then you caught me. Now you're mine forever, and you're mine forever. We'll grow old together and be happy together. Here's another conversation about asking her out. Let's start. I'm in love with that girl. Have you told her? Of course not. Why not? She would laugh at me. How do you know? Because they always do. Maybe she's different. They're all the same. Just ask her out to dinner. And then what? And then she'll know that you like her. Here is another conversation about a blind date. Let's start. I've got a date for you. Oh, really? Are you interested? Maybe. What is she like? She's got a great personality. Uh-oh, that means that she's fat and ugly. She's cute. Okay, so she's not ugly. She's just fat. She weighs 98 pounds. Okay, she's not fat. So what's the problem with her? Who said there is a problem with her? The problem is she has no problems. She's too good for me. Here's another conversation about inviting someone to have dinner. Let's start. I think you're very pretty. Thank you. Would you have dinner with me? I would like to. Can I pick you up Friday night? What time? 8 o'clock. That sounds great. We'll go to a French restaurant. I've never been to a French restaurant. I think you'll love the food. I'm not going to eat any snails. Here is a funny conversation about a night by himself. Give me a hug. I'm not in the mood. What's the matter? I saw you looking at that woman. What woman? You know, the woman with the big boobs. I was not looking at her. You were too. I'm not interested in her. Then why were you looking at her? I was looking at something else. Oh, really? Then spend tonight looking at the sofa. Here's another conversation about going on a blind date. Would you like to go on a blind date? You must be joking. No, I'm serious. I don't want to date a blind woman. A blind date doesn't mean that she is blind. What does it mean? A blind date is a date with someone you don't know. Why would I date someone I don't even know? To try something new and exciting. What if I don't like her? Then you don't date her again. Here's another conversation with the title, I love you more than money. Let's start. Does your girlfriend ever make you angry? Sometimes. What does she do? Just yesterday, I told her I wouldn't trade her for all the money in the world. That was a nice thing to say. That's what I thought. What did she say? She laughed. She didn't believe me. That wasn't very nice of her. She said that nothing is more important to me than money. What did you say? I told her I wouldn't trade her for any other woman in the world. Here is another conversation about a bad date. Let's start. I had the worst date the other night. What happened? First of all, he was half an hour late. That's not a good start. Then he didn't bother to apologize. That's rude. Then he drove too fast to the restaurant. That's dangerous. I thought about getting out and taking a taxi home. What happened at the restaurant? We had a $40 meal and he left a $1 tip. I guess I can't go back to that restaurant. Here is another conversation about food. The title is A Good Salad. Let's start. I love salads. Me too. I usually eat a simple salad. What do you put in it? Just lettuce, tomato, and celery. That's it? I add some pepper and salt. I always put cheese in my salads. Yes, cheese is nice. What kind of dressing do you use? I pour lots of French dressing on top. Me too. French dressing is so delicious. Who cares about calories? Here is another conversation about having bad manners at the table. My girlfriend's mom got mad at me at the dinner table. Why was that? I sprinkled salt and pepper on the food before I tasted it. What's the matter with that? Her mom is a great cook. So, a little salt and pepper never hurt anything. It hurt her feelings. I apologized to her, but I could tell she was still upset. Maybe you shouldn't eat there again. I'm sure anything will be okay in a day or two. It's your girlfriend's fault. She should have warned you. Here's another conversation about a new diet. Let's start. I'm on a new diet. What are you eating now? I switched from pasta to potatoes. Why did you do that? Pasta is a processed food. Potatoes are natural food. Natural food has more vitamins, and it's just as easy to prepare. How do you prepare the potatoes? I wash them and then steam them for 15 minutes. That's pretty simple. Then I add butter, salt, and pepper. Can I have all those cans of tomato sauce you bought for your pasta? Here's another conversation entitled Same Old Diet. Let's start. I eat the same thing every day. You're kidding. No, I'm serious. Doesn't that get old? No, because I'm eating food that I like. But the same thing day after day gets old. Well, I guess if it ever does get old, I'll change to something different. Do you eat fruits and vegetables every day? No, I hate vegetables. But you eat fruits. I eat 2 apples, 1 banana, and 1 orange every day. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Here is another conversation between 2 friends meeting up at a restaurant. Hey, Alicia. Oh, hey. I didn't see you there. Did you already get a table? Yeah, right over here. I'm glad we had time to meet up. Me too. So what's going on? Oh, not much. Hey, How did your interview go? Wasn't that today? Oh, yeah. I think it went well. I don't know if they got the job yet, but they said they would call in a few days. Well, I'm sure you did great. Good luck. Thanks. I'm just happy that it's over. I was really nervous about it. I can understand that. I get nervous before interviews too. Well, thanks for being supportive. I appreciate it. Sure, no problem. Another situation is about inviting a friend for a movie. Let's start. Hello, Bob. Hi, John. Are you free this weekend? I think so. Why? Want to see a movie? Sure. Great. Another conversation is about making plans for a get-together. Let's start. Hey, so I'm having a party at my place next weekend. Do you want to come? Sure, that sounds like fun. Who else is coming? Let's see. I think it's going to be Jerome, Talia, Anna, Juan, Celeste, Michelle, and possibly Jamie. It's not really going to be a party, more like a small get-together. I'm cooking dinner, and we can just hang out. What time should I be there? Oh, any time between 6 and 7 would be fine. Can I bring anything? Oh, don't worry about it. I have everything covered. Can I at least bring a bottle of wine? Well, I'm not going to say no to wine. I'm sure that will be appreciated. I'll do that then. Thanks for inviting me. The next one is about having personal conversations with friends. Conversation number 1 is about a friend's advice. Let's start. Hi, Gemma. You look terrible. Hey, Michaela. I haven't slept. Are you okay? What's the matter? Well, you know that photo I sent to Claire on Friday night? Yeah. Well, she sent it to Justin. Oh no, how could you do that? It obviously was only for her. I know. I thought she'd find it funny. Well, it was quite funny, but you didn't expect her to send it to anyone. No, of course not. Especially not Justin. Oh, it's so embarrassing. Oh, well, don't worry. I know how you feel though. And what if he puts it on Facebook or something? What if my mom sees it? No, don't worry. He won't. It's not that interesting for him or anyone else, to be honest. But what if he does? He won't. But maybe ask Claire to speak to Justin. Get him to delete that photo. Yeah, maybe. But that might just make him even more interested. Yeah, true. What do you think I should do? I just try to forget about it if I were you. But I'm so annoyed with Claire. Maybe speak to Claire. Tell her how you feel. She shouldn't be sharing people's private photos. Okay, yeah. Thanks for the advice, Michaela. I'll talk to her later. Good idea. And don't worry. Just be careful and don't send any more embarrassing photos. Yeah, I know. I won't. Another conversation is about talking about opinions on a book. Let's start. So, I don't know what you thought about the book, but I had a lot of mixed feelings about it. Oh, really? Like what? Well, I thought the main character's situation was interesting, but his attitude toward women bothered me. I can see that. It definitely seemed like he had some problems with women. I would have liked to understand how that started. I mean, the book didn't go into much detail about why he felt that way. I agree with that. I think the author could have handled that part better. I did enjoy the descriptions, though. Oh yes, the writing was beautiful, That just made me more disappointed in the character. Well, this is just my opinion, but maybe the character would have been easier to understand if the writing had been simpler. It seemed like the author spent a lot of time on the descriptions when he could have spent more time on the character's thoughts. I'm not sure if I agree with that. I just think that the writing could have been more thoughtful while just still being beautiful, if that makes sense. That does make sense. I think maybe the problem for me is just that not much actually happened. You're right about that. There wasn't much of a story. I still enjoyed parts of the book though. Oh, I did too, and appreciate hearing your point of view.